This next topic is something I'm really excited about, actually. So there's more than 200 the Fortnite World Cup cheaters.
Oh yeah.
So there's more than 200 Fortnite World Cup cheaters qualifier that will forfeit their winnings. But this is a very misleading title because there's actually only one person caught actually cheating with like third-party services. And you see this a lot in like competitive play. Even like PUBG, people were signing onto people's accounts. They were playing for each other. Just a bunch of stuff was going on. But in this specific... What is this thing called? The fucking... I forget what it's called. What are we looking at right now? An ad? No, Article. There we go, dude. And this specific article, like, the title is super stupid because in reality, like, 1,100 people got caught for sidestepping region lock. So they were just playing in different regions with, like, probably a VPN, and they won money. You know what I mean? They're probably moving to, like, an easier region, you know, like, probably going from, like, sense. NA to, like, EU or something. You know what I mean? Trying to get the easy wins. I'm just kidding.
You're gonna start pissing off some people too.
No, I'm just kidding. And then 48 players were banned. And then 48 players were banned for 7 days for account sharing. Like I said, for like logging. Like
Jesus Christ. That's that EU toxicity coming in right there, dude.
And then
I don't know how this freaking happens, because this is not just like an average game, right? They weren't cheating in an average game. They cheated in a World Cup qualifier match. You know what I mean?
Right, but on Fortnite though, a World Cup qualifier match is actually just in the game. It's like a thing you can click on and actually just play, and you have to qualify through playing normal games.
Yeah, but the thing is like after you've won, you would think that the company would have some moderators that would look into the games that they played, because I'm sure you have to record, or maybe it takes like record your game and upload your score to whatever, or they have like a ranking system, and you would think they would look into the people that qualified for a World Cup and watch their gameplay and like do all the research that they need to do on those candidates to make sure that they're not cheating. But they clearly won money, and you would think like before you pay out money that you would check to see if they're cheaters or not, or hacking or whatever.
Right, true.
But they didn't. So I don't understand how that happens in this game. I don't understand how it happens in PUBG. I don't understand how it happens in all these online games.
Dude, like in an online world, dude, there's so many ways to get around things, to hack, to cheat, you know, per se. I don't think the region locking is cheating, dude. I think the top players in the world should definitely get to move on. Doesn't matter if your region is hard or whatever. If you can go to NA and destroy NA kids, I think it's fair, but this is my personal opinion. A lot of people think otherwise, but...
Well, I think the only reason why people want region locking is because you have people... Like, you remember in PUBG that you'd have, like, Asian people coming onto the NA server and just crashing, or, like, making everybody lag because it hosted from, like, their PC in Asia, and then we have shitty connections at that point. I think that's the main reason why everybody wanted region locks for that game. But I don't think many people, at least I haven't heard, think that that's a version of cheating or a way to boost your stats. But I might be wrong on that. That purple...
No, dude, on PUBG, the region lock needed to happen, though, because you'd play against, like, Asian people, and you'd be like, you wouldn't even be on their screen yet, and they'd be like shooting at you, or they wouldn't even be on your screen yet, and they'd just be killing you, and you're like, dude, they need a region lock. Like, I remember when me and Drew were playing, dude, that was like our biggest issue, was like just trying to play, dude, and fucking the region lock, like, dude, our ping was fine, but you try to shoot somebody 20 times, and they'd just be like lagging back and forth to their vehicle, just be like flipping out. Like, it was just unfair, dude.
Yeah, it was a little fucky.
Dude, this one here really surprises me, though. So, eight accounts were banned for teaming in a world qualifier. Do you not think that they watch these games, dude?
Yeah,
I get so confused when people, like, get banned. Like that one CSGO guy who got banned using hacks on stage. Do you not think they pay the fuck attention? Like, I'm so confused as to, like, what's going on to these kids' head. Like, dude, it's a world championship.
How does that... I don't understand how you get away with something like that, especially 8 people. You think that's like really obvious at that point.
Dude, they were teaming, like, so they're just like, you know, hanging out together, or like hanging out on opposite sides, like closing in on people and just walking away. But it's like, dude, if you watch one game, it's so easy to see like if people are intentionally teaming. It really is, dude.
Oh yeah, for sure. And were like, do you know if these were solo queue games or were these like team matches? So like 2 teams teaming together, two squads of 4 teaming together. Oh no, it says lobby for solo players. So
yeah, it was a solo tournament.
That's 8 solo players running together. You know what I mean? Like, how do you not catch that? I don't understand. It's insane.
Well, Fortnite's so big that they probably had so many games going on that they couldn't. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, maybe.
But
I would think like they would get. I think that's a big issue with these types of games is people don't report often enough. A lot of the times, people just shut the game off or like jump into the next game, and they don't actually report the people that they should be reporting. Because like a lot of the times, the company won't catch it, and they rely on the reports from other players to find out if somebody's cheating.
Dude, you messed up. You're fired. No, actually, you know what happened, dude? Is I had to make it chromo so like me and Sean can go through the white, and that just happened to be white up there.
Oh,
so that also got chromed as well. So
yeah, it looks weird. I can see your Streamlabs OBS. Heck of it.
Oh no, I have it on the scene where they can't see the.
No, I'm looking at it on
Oh yeah, okay.
the Chrome part.
Dude, but yeah, that dude, it's so weird to me because like Apex Legends, like the first 2 months it was out, didn't have a report button. I don't know if they still do. I quit. When I quit, they didn't have a report button. You actually had to go and make a ticket through Origin. So there was just hackers like there for like game? On Apex Legends. So there for like the last month, dude, we were getting. We were getting. We were getting hackers like every other game, dude. Which, whatever, dude. Like, I don't really get affected by hackers mentally. Like, it's just like, whatever, dude. You know, like, hackers are everywhere. I don't really get too upset about it. But it just blows my mind that, like, these large games wouldn't add in a freaking report button when everybody is well aware that hacking is, like, a huge thing in the gaming community.
Yeah. It's, like, one of the largest complaints in, like, all online game platforms. And that's kind of weird for a AAA title to not have that option. Dude, I don't understand how this happens on a competitive level. You know what I mean? Like, you were talking about PUBG pro players getting caught for hacking. Like, how did they get away for so long? How did they get signed on a team? How does the team not find out that guy's hacking? How does this happen in such a competitive, like, high income level and mind-boggling, dude?
No, PUBG was the biggest one, dude. They found like 100 pro players that were hacking. It's a current ongoing investigation, and they've already let go of like 30 pro players that have found hacking, you know. And there's also Team Ready. I don't know if anybody knows. You guys can YouTube them. They've been literally banned from 2 PUBG pro leagues for getting caught hacking, and they're still invited and played in the world champion or the $400,000 or $200,000 championship for PUBG. And dude, go to YouTube, type in Team Ready. There's literally hundreds of videos of these guys wall hacking, and they're still a pro team and get paid to play. Dude, it's like my biggest complaint about PUBG, dude. That's why I quit watching PUBG competitively, because like not only are they like, oh yeah, by the way, half of our players are caught hacking, there also is a team that is already banned for physical evidence being caught hacking from multiple leagues, and they're still able to be invited to the top 18 teams in the world to compete for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, dude, we should all just fucking cheat, dude.
I know.
Holy fuck, it blows my goddamn mind, dude. And then these same Team Ready in the Worlds came in last place. Imagine that, dude. Because in Worlds, like, when they went to the championship, they couldn't use their hacks, and literally, so their best player, Iro, right? Just everyone go to YouTube and type in Iro, IROH. He's like a god, dude, when it comes to PUBG, because he's a hacker. And he dropped 0 kills in 8 games at LAN. It doesn't happen. You don't go from having a 600 ADR in a professional league and dropping 0 kills in 8 games. Dude, that team, that's why I don't like PUBG. That's why I don't like PUBG competitive. The team's a joke. The competitive scene is a joke. They've literally caught half the competitive players on PUBG hacking. Dude, it's like, it's so crazy to me, dude.
That's what I'm saying, man. I don't understand. It's like, I know it happens, just on that competitive level should never... I just don't know how it's not found out. I don't understand how they don't... How do they not see it? You know what I mean? Like you said, there's a million videos online of them cheating.
Dude, they've been banned from 2 pro leagues, dude.
Yeah. Like,
for hacking. Knows. Like, physical evidence of them hacking. And for some... I don't know who the hell, like, invites the teams to the championships, but they got invited. So how it works is there is 10 invite teams, and then there's 8 spots you qualify for. Or, that, when we played, it was 14, and there was 4 spots you could qualify for. They've moved it down now to 10 and 8. But so they were one of the 10 invite teams, along with Liquid, who, I don't know if anyone here pays attention to PUBG, but Liquid wins every goddamn tournament. Those guys are nuts, dude. They have Ibiza, like, that kid is just the best FPS player for PUBG anyways. Yeah. Those guys are nuts, dude. They win like every tournament, and they got invited along with them. And there's like a lot of teams, pro teams, are like really pissed because there's like C9, who has Profi, who's like literally one of the best PUBG players right now in the world. He's like one of the best shot callers. He's nuts, dude. And they didn't get invited. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it just no. Profi did not get invited.
Wow, it's actually nuts, dude.
Give me 1 second. I want to get this picture here. Now that we're talking about Profi and them.
Oh, this fucking picture, dude. Is that him? The tall one?
Is that Profi? No, Profi's fucking 4 foot tall, dude.
Okay.
That's why every game has been hacked. True, but PUBG is the only game I've experienced that has let their hacking get to the point where it's like, yeah, we're pretty sure every single team has a hacker on it, and they're like okay with it. They're like,
dude, why don't we start hacking, dude? Go to PUBG, put on our hacks, and then just make tons of money.
But you can also the $100,000 Twitch Rivals tournament, the very first one. Raptor the Raptor, who is a very amazing player, but he won playing with 2 hackers, and they got caught hacking in the tournament, and they didn't have to return their money. They kept it. So they hacked their way to $25,000 each, got caught, admitted to it on Twitter. 2 of the players admitted to hacking during the tournament because there's like clips where one guy's trying to shoot through a mountain, and he's just like fucking spraying a guy down. Yeah, you remember it was a big discussion there for a while. Yeah. And so on Twitter, these guys actually admitted to cheating, and they got to keep the money. Dude.
That's fucking insane,
dude, would anybody here, like, come on, let's be honest. Would you guys hack for fucking 30 grand? I fucking would.
Oh, shit, dude, hell yeah. People do that shit for fun. You get $30,000 on top of it, dude?
Took them guys 5 hours to make 30 grand. We all would have done it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that's a good thing for Fortnite, then, because they made people forfeit their money. Mm-hmm. So that's a step in the right direction, I guess.
Look at this picture, though, of Profi and Ibiza, dude. So Profi, I'm pretty...
Can you full screen that for them?
I can't. That is full screen, unfortunately, dude. That's as big as it can go.
Can you scroll up? Like, hold down the...
Oh, yeah, I can. There we go. So I'm pretty sure he's like 6'7" or something. He's ridiculously tall. That's Ibiza. He's like the best PUBG player in the world right now. He's nuts, dude. And that's Profi. And I'm actually 100% sure that he is the shortest PUBG player in the world. And he's I believe he's like 5'4" or something. There's like an entire 2 feet between these motherfuckers, dude.
Do you know how tall he is? It's got to be at least like 6'4".
Yeah, he's 6'7". He's tall.
God damn.
Yeah.
6'7"?
Yeah, he's
I think that's too tall. I think like that's above like the best case scenario. You know, and like short people are like, man, I wish I was like 6'2" or 6'4" or whatever. 6'7". Nobody wants to be that tall. That's way too tall.
I'm on my way to 6'7". Yeah, you actually get a little bit taller the older you get. You know what I mean? Like the
It's so stupid, dude. I'm stupid.
That's why all old people are really tall.
Have you ever seen a baby, a tall one?
Yeah, exactly. Have you ever seen a tall baby? No, because you start off small and you level up your tallness.
You're fucking stupid, dude.
Oh, dude. But yeah, man, cheating in the competitive community. Dude, it was actually cheating in the competitive community. It was a joke on Call of Duty as well. There were a lot of people, but in the Call of Duty community, it was a tight-knit competitive community. There was only like 80 competitive players, you know. So whenever somebody got caught hacking, dude, everyone went in on them, and it was crazy. And everyone who got caught hacking had to pay their money back.
Dude, if they had come out with custom servers in a reasonable amount of time, that game would have fucking blown up, dude.
Dude, if the game didn't cost $60, I think it would have done a little bit better. But nobody, dude, the amount of people, there was like a survey that I don't have, but I was looking at the other day. It was like, how many people would spend more than $30 on a game? 6% of people said, fuck no. Like, are you retarded?
No,
like, dude, 86%. Like,
how many times have you seen me mention in your Discord when somebody says a new game's coming out? I'm like, is it free?
Yeah,
like,
is it free?
You know, if it's not free, why are you talking about it? I don't want to fucking play it.
Dude, okay,
you know, it's never gonna get popular if it's not free.
Dude, can we talk about Apex Legends competitive players, dude?
Oh my god, yeah.
I'm saving all my points and putting them in a toss. Dude.
Oh my god.
Dude, Apex Legends, I think organizations jumped on Apex Legends a little bit too quickly. I know the salaries. I'm not going to say them on stream, though, but you guys can look them up. Some agencies are, like, really open about it. Dude, they're getting paid more than their PUBG teams are. And the game doesn't even have custom lobbies. And the game died. So I think they wasted them. I think the smartest team is Team Liquid. They hired Flinkster, Casper, Rogue, and I forget the fourth guy's name. Caliburn. There we go. Caliburn. And at Call of Duty, dude, Caliburn and Rogue were like whatever. But Casper and Flinkster won Twitch Rivals 2 years in a row. Or two weeks in a row, whatever. So it was like $20,000 each time. Those guys were... Flinkster and Casper were... They were scary on that game. They weren't like the best, but they were up there. And then all of a sudden, dude, Apex Legends comes out, and Rogue is like their top player, and they just... dude, Team Liquid is literally winning every single tournament. So, like, I don't know who the heck their talent acquisitioner is for Team Liquid, but that guy needs a raise, dude, because he chose players that, on paper, don't look good, in game, don't look good, but for some reason, dude, those motherfuckers... And, like, how could you tell the future? Like, dude, these guys are going to be gods at Apex Legends, you know? And dude, but because on Call of Duty, dude, they were like above average, you know. They weren't like Paradox, dude. They weren't like Dozer. They were like above average though, you know. And then when Apex Legends comes out, they're literally like the best players. They're like number one, dude. They're fucking insane.
Yeah, they picked them up probably for cheap too.
Dude, they did. They did. They hired them on Call of Duty for $200 a month. Because, well, also you have to understand that nobody was getting a salary on Call of Duty because there was no custom lobbies and there was no league.
True.
So they got picked up. Now I don't know if their salary changed when Apex came out, because I know the prices. Like, most big orgs were fucking hiring players for $2,500 to $3,000 a month, dude. That's insane. PUBG teams are only getting paid less than $1,000 when it was like popping. I don't know what they get paid now. Yeah. This is back in like when Zorilla, Joey were on a team, and we were doing pretty well, and we're doing like the open series. We knew a few players that played with Ram. It was Ram. We knew, what's his name, dude? Whatever. They played for, I don't even know the fucking team name, dude. To be honest. I'm retarded. Fuck. I'm trying to think. Gale Force. They played for Gale Force. And we figured out that Gale Force Gale Force is only salaried $500 a month. Their players. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah.
And then Apex Legends comes out of nowhere. No custom lobbies. No competitive scene. $3,000. And that was like $2,500 was like on the low end, dude. Some of these teams are getting paid way more just for Apex Legends. So I feel like organizations saw the like hype of Apex Legends, and they bought out a bunch of players. But if you look, like Rogue is starting to let go of players. Like there's a lot of like really large orgs that are starting to let go of their Apex Legends players because I think that they jumped the gun a little bit. I'm not telling you how much they're making. No, because I actually know exactly how much like 9 orgs are making because I'm really good friends with a lot of players in the orgs. But just know that the Apex Legends community, the pro community, is literally salaried. Most of the ones that got onto big teams, they're salaried like $2,000 to $3,000, which is, if you look at the rate PUBG was hiring at, like $5,000 to $1,000, that's fucking insane.
Yeah. I bet, though, with the Apex Legends investments, when they signed on players, I'm sure somewhere in the contract it says, like, if this game is, takes off, and, like, or if it dies, then, the contract will be voided out. Like, I'm sure there's clauses within their contracts that nullify that.
So we were going to sign to Defy Gaming. I think everyone knows that. For Call of Duty, me and Dozer got a team offer for Defy Gaming. Me and Dozer were, like, winning every tournament on Call of Duty, and we were playing on a team with Trident and Paradox, and
I remember, yeah.
Dude, like me and Dozer were just winning back-to-back tournaments, and everyone was like, oh, so we were gonna get picked up by Defy Gaming, and in our contract is stated, and I'm allowed to talk about it, I made sure. In our contract is stated that, like, we were gonna be one of the first salaried teams. And our salary was going to be subject to change based on how we're doing and how the base amount that everyone else is going to get salaried as well. So, they were giving us an amount to secure us.
Right.
And then they said that is completely negotiable based on the base, because they said they don't know if it's high or low, and we talked about it a lot. And I was kind of like, it was right. Like a whole 2-week thing where we went back and forth, and. Yeah.
I'm sure the same thing happened with the...
Yeah, exactly. So I'm sure in all their things, it's probably says somewhere in there, like, dude, if the base salary is like $500, we're not paying you $6,000.
Right, yeah, exactly.
You're getting bumped the fuck down.